Cameron. Okay, I want to talk about your ad first. I'm not sure if your dimensions are correct, so please go back and check that. This doesn't look like it's narrow enough to be the vertical layout of the ad, so you may want to go back and look at whether you want it to be horizontal or vertical and make sure the measurements are correct. I have the information noted for you under this week's assignment. Basically, when we're looking at ad design, I had listed ads that were successful and ads that were not successful in my notes for this unit. One of the things that makes an ad very successful is having a dominant element. And right now you have multiple objects that are about the same size and everything's competing for my attention. So when I first look at this, I look at the darkest objects first, and then my eyes travel around these, and then my eyes settle on the headline. And you really want to be able to draw a reader in with imagery, whether it's an illustration or a photo, and then be able to guide their eye around the ad. So, for example, let's go ahead and set your document up properly. If you wanted to do a vertical ad, that's fine. Let's see, I believe it was 5.5 inches by 10 inches. You'll have to double check that though in this week's information. Okay, so that's more of the appropriate size for a vertical ad. So it looks like you've got kind of a sports thing going, and then the state seal and the first in flight. And I'm not sure which way you will go, whether it's a beach first in flight direction or whether you'll go the sports route. But go ahead and make that decision so that your information can all relate to each other. So I don't think you need to have all types of information on here. I think simply a phone and a website will suffice. Okay, so for the sake of this example, we're going to position this down here for a moment. I don't think you need the physical address. They can find that online. And instead of an email address, it might be nice to have just the website address. Okay, now this is your logo, so I do want you to work more on this logo. If you would please spend a little bit of time. Let's see if I can pull up a new tab. Alright. Okay, spend a little bit of time on logopond.com. It has lots of logos that exist, and people upload those all the time. I think you may be able to find some way to either box in, put in a circle, some way of doing the NC Tourism ink that will be readable and relevant and make sense with the use of Illustrator. So I'm going to move this down to the side, and we're just going to forget about that for a few minutes. I want to bring in some other images that I found. First, this one is very minimalist. It has very little text, but it is eye-catching, and I'm sure it was a very effective ad for this hotel. Another one I want to show you, this one. It has a lot of text, just like yours, but they have condensed it down to one thought that represents Holden Beach that they're trying to promote, and they've turned it into a postcard. So because it's a postcard, it definitely lends itself to having a fair amount of text on it. Okay, and let's see, I had two more. This one, I just thought it was interesting to take just one picture, still quite a bit of text, add some textures, and suddenly you have a very trendy ad. Okay, another one. Now this one is not, in my opinion, is not as well designed as the last one, but it still has all the important elements. It has one dominant photo, it has a headline that is large and very readable, and then it has a logo and contact information. So that's kind of where we are headed. In fact, it will be kind of difficult for you to take your letters on down. Okay, so we are going to reduce the point size of your text, and I'm going to leave it to you to eliminate the text that's not necessary. And you can change that after you decide which direction you're going to go with this. You could still put this information at the bottom, and then this headline, I think they could shorten that. You could shorten the shorten it to one line by eliminating some of the words and not doing a whole rhyme, but just having the words that are important, and then using some sort of imagery in this to simplify. So those are my basic ideas. It's going to take some time on your part to research other ads and other logos, and then you'll be able to build an ad that represents the project well. Thanks so much.